to start the recording. It is Tuesday, June 9th already. I am going to share my screen and we are going to go through. Can y'all see this? Canva, is Canva up on my screen? Excellent. Sorry, just moving my screen around. Okay, we are going to talk about having success, getting your clients the best success. So it has been so incredible to see so many people, so many new coaches especially, who are bringing in new coaches, new clients, new people who are sharing about the boot camp, who are talking about it. I mean, I made a post like on Friday. We started the April group with 30 people. 30 people in that group for the April COVID Comeback Challenge. In 2 months, April, May, we have doubled it. More than doubled it. Because we're almost at 70 people, I think, now. That is not just me. That's you guys. So now it is major and so important that you give the value that I expect you to give your clients. So I have built this team on the mentality, this business, the HLC, the Happy Life Club. When Jess and I started this, it was built on giving and providing excellent service to our clients. And so it is my expectation that you continue to live that out to all of your clients, okay? And here's the things that I want you to write down. There's 8 tips, I think. Number 1, as soon as you get a new client, you welcome them into the HLC page and a boot camp. Now, if you've built your own HLC version of a page, then add them to that page. You do not have to feel obligated to put them into the HLC. Now, you can also offer to them, hey, I have a couple of different communities. Would you be interested in joining all of them or just joining mine? It's entirely up to you. You can also wear that CEO hat and say, no, I'm gonna build my own community. Feel free to take whatever is posted in the HLC and post it in your own group, right? You can totally do that. But if you want to wear that hat and you want your own community, you want to be the face of your community, I completely respect that. I honor that. I encourage that. I am all for it. Just make sure that you have this community, this space to hold all of your clients. The reason I say that is because you will have clients that will come and go throughout the seasons of their life. So right now, you bring in 3 new clients. In 2 months from now, something happens in their life. They need to take a step back. It doesn't mean they have bought for a year. It doesn't mean that they're gone forever. Let's say they are here for an entire year. And then all of a sudden, something happens. They get pregnant. Somebody passes in their life. Somebody gets very, very ill in their life. They go through a season, a mental health challenge. They go through a physical challenge. Maybe they're injured. Something happens that they need to take a step back. And in a year and a half, because you keep checking, oh, that's one that I did not add to this. I should write that down. Because you kept checking in with them, you did your job, you served them as a client for life, they come back to you. I think it's so crucial. I think one of the things that sets our HLC page, the community, the relationship that I've personally built with my own personal clients, that sets me apart from other coaches is the fact that I treat a client like they are my lifetime client, whether they are paying for Beachbody or not. Okay. And in order to do that, you have to have a hub for them to sit in, right? That's how you go through, and you constantly are sending these check-in messages every couple of months, even to the people who will have ghosted you for months and months and months. Okay. So it is imperative that you send them, or that you create a welcome graphic of some kind, create your own, do whatever you want to do, and welcome them into your community or into the HLC page, and that you add them to a boot camp. It is not enough to just welcome them into the HLC page or to just welcome them into your own community. You have to have a boot camp in order for them to get into. That's what we're always promoting. So you must have a boot camp that you know where you're adding them to. If you're adding them to the boot camp that I've created, which it will always just be like June boot camp, July boot camp, August boot camp, I'm taking away the names. It's just easier that way. We will have themes. For example, this one with Taylor, it's called the June Booty Camp. In May, it was the May You Be boot camp. So just playing around with words, but it's not going to be anything like Summer Slay boot camp. It's not going to be anything like that. It's going to be monthly. You will know it's the June boot camp, the July boot camp, the August boot camp. My boot camps will always start on the 1st. They will have a theme of some kind. And by starting on the 1st, I mean you can always tell people there is a boot camp available. Between the 1st and the 15th, there will always be some kind of start, okay? So if you're using the boot camp that I have created, it will continue. There will never be like a brand new one that they have to be added into. If you are adding them to that group, you have to let me know so that I can make you a coach admin so that you can send them the invite to that. If you are creating your own boot camp, again, I honor that. I respect that. Absolutely do that. That is 100% okay. You're a coach. I expect that of you. If you are doing it if you are adding them to your own boot camp, you need to have a boot camp. Non-negotiable. If you do not have a boot camp, you use mine until you create one. Okay? Non-negotiable. My expectation is that if I were to come to you like a knocking mom or a teacher or a boss, and I were to ask you, hey, where are all of your clients? Where are they? What boot camp are they in? You better have them in a boot camp, okay? This is imperative for them to feel like they have a tangible tool. It's not enough to just give them the challenge pack. They have to have a space for them to participate in. Now, if you are finding that your boot camp is quiet, it's crickets, the energy is just not there, it's probably for a couple of reasons. Number one, there's not enough people in there. So if your boot camp is quiet, join up with another coach or put them into mine. Number two, it's likely that you're just in a season of crickets, and that's totally fine. Totally, totally fine. One thing that worked really well for me / our boot camp was in April when we did the rally squad. So there's a bunch of you who were in that. That was an excellent energy booster, having so many people posting and interacting and engaging. It lit the boot camp up with energy. So if you're finding that your boot camp has few people, but it's also like crickets and there's nobody posting about it, it's not on you. Don't take that personally. You just gotta get some people. You gotta find a rally squad. You have to find a rally squad. Okay, whether that's you, a coach of yours, your mom, another boot camp friend, whatever it is, you pair up with another coach, and the two of you or the three of you plus a couple of your clients. That's really key. You need a couple of your clients. get a rally squad and ask them, can you help me bring the energy to this boot camp for this month? We all need it. We all need this energy. It doesn't matter what month it's in. We all need that energy, right? We all need that human energy to light us up, to make us feel excited, to stick to our goals. And that's important. So if you need that, if you're finding that your boot camp is crickets or the energy is kind of low and dropped, figure out a way to create some kind of rally squad or use mine for the time being, okay? Now, if my boot camp is quiet, then you'll know, because I will recruit you guys all to join a rally squad and we'll do that again, okay? But that's absolutely your decision, what boot camp you want to offer them, but non-negotiable. Non-negotiable, you have a space for your clients every single month. You know the details of that boot camp. I post every single month when I'm developing a new boot camp. You have the details. I post the Instagram story information things that I'm going to be sharing. I share that with you. I create them so that they're not mine. They're not my face anymore. They are the team boot camp, okay? Now, with that, if you are using my boot camp, my space, and I say my as in I created it, but it's not just mine. If you are adding them to the June boot camp, our team's June boot camp, you show up like the coach running it, okay? Take that on. I am not going to be offended. Share something valuable. Encourage other people. Shout out your clients. Shout them out as if you are the leader. You are the face of this group, because you are. If you are a coach on the team and you've got that little coach admin beside your name in that boot camp, you are a part of the face of that group. You have full reins to show up as a coach, as an encourager, as a leader of that group. Share something valuable. Put a challenge in there for people. Show and represent yourself as a coach in that group. I am never offended by that, okay? Never, ever, ever. You never have to feel like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I'm allowed to post this because it's not really my group. Think about the June boot camp as the team boot camp, okay? All right, that's the most important. Boot camps, like I said, every single month, either you're using mine or you are creating one and you are developing a new one every single month. You need to provide some space for your clients. The clients who join in June, they better have a place to go in August, okay? Some kind of topic or a theme for the boot camp. You don't have to think about things crazy. It does not need to be this dramatic, super fancy kind of boot camp. Just have something. So the way that I like to think about it is every month I think about, based on the conversations that I had the month before, what are my clients talking about? In May, April, when I was doing all of my check-ins, everything was all conversations, all check-ins were talking about their mindset. It was I was constantly hearing about people are taking time for themselves right now. People are needing to invest into their minds right now. People are not concerned about the results right now. They're just concerned about getting through the day. A lot of people I was talking to were going through hardships. It was hard in April and it was just as hard in May. So in May, my theme was remove the results-driven posts and talk about just living. Talk about just getting up, making it through each and every day, showing up for yourself. Sorry, guys. This does this all the time and I cannot tell you why. If somebody knows, please feel free to share. It was about that. May you be whatever you need to be in this season of your personal life. I might need something completely different. So that's what it was. For June, people are starting to come back alive. People are starting to feel human again. They're starting to come out of the fog of the pandemic, of quarantine life. People are starting to lighten up a little bit. So what did we do? I teamed up with Taylor because she had this excellent idea of doing this bonus booty move for every single day. And I thought it was excellent. So I asked her if she would team up with me for the June boot camp, because that's what people want. From the conversations I was having in May with my clients and the check-ins I was doing, and just the conversations I was having on social media, people wanted fun. People they want results. They've gained this weight with the quarantine, which is totally fair. People just want to do the damn thing. And so what a great opportunity to team up with Taylor and her excellent idea. I cannot take any credit for that. That is entirely Taylor, 1000%. And it was such a good idea. And it was perfect. It was exactly what we needed in the month of June. And that's what we did. Me, because it's the two of us really teaming up together on this idea, I went with what I could provide, and that was nutrition. I hate talking about nutrition, not gonna lie. It's not the sexy topic. I just think nutrition is just boring. I really do. I just plain and simple think nutrition is boring. However, I have a lot of knowledge in nutrition and I can help people. So it's my responsibility to give that to my clients, to provide that service. And so that's what I'm going to continue doing. And honestly, that's the number one topic that I hear in people is they need help with their nutrition. So I went deeper and I started creating those calendar with like weekly topics. And it's been awesome so far. Okay. So for you, if you are running your own boot camp, my suggestion is, to come up with some kind of topic or theme or vibe that you can keep going throughout the boot camp. What I want to say is it doesn't need to be perfect, okay? It does not need to be perfect. Some groups, maybe you do a full-on challenge. Maybe you do a full-on challenge where they submit a before picture for 4 weeks, you guys gun it out, and at the end, everybody submits an after picture. You take different results. I did one of those last year in February, and it was awesome. It was so great. People loved it because it was a full-on challenge. Maybe other groups, you talk about nutrition. Maybe another group, you talk about hair. Maybe another group, you provide bonus booty moves. Like whatever it is, it does not need to be this big elaborate thing that takes hours and hours of your time. You just have to have something to guide you through, okay? Now, if you are brand new or you are at a loss, because I've definitely been there more than once, there are 12 months, 12 boot camps we need to run a year. I have been doing this for 4 years, 4.5 now. I get dry on some ideas. Go look up and use the challenge group guides. If you guys don't know about this, when you create a boot camp in the BOD group app or in the BOD group platform, there is a connection when you go to post for the challenge group guides. They're all created by Beachbody. They're brilliant. Go use them. There's literally ones that are for the 3-day refresh. That could be a great group that you run, a 3-day Kickstarter, and then you run it out into the rest of the month. So you kickstart the month for nutrition with a 3-day refresh together, and then you roll it out into results. You could do a program-specific boot camp. Like there are so many options. If you want to talk about boot camp options and ideas, then we'll do that on a different call. I could literally go on for days on that. And you guys, please use BOD groups. The platform is there. It's there to be used. And truly, I personally think that if it's a tool that Beachbody is providing to us, there's a reason for it. I have always hated and was so resistant towards the Challenge Tracker app, but everybody loves it. Everybody loves it. Everybody and their dog wants to use the Challenge Tracker app. Some people like Facebook better, but the Challenge Tracker app was always requested, and I was so resistant to it. The reason people like the Challenge Tracker app is because it was created for that purpose. It's there because people like to log, people like to see their accountability, people like to see a different, separate group. And if you are going to be using boot camps as well as a community, I personally think business-wise, it's a heck of a lot better to have your two communities separate so that the people who don't use bod groups, they have another platform. The people who don't use Facebook, they always have the other platform of bod groups. So you are serving your clients and your coaches with the best possible outcomes, okay? Okay, again, you do not need to run your own boot camp to have success. You can always use our team's boot camp. You can run a group with somebody else, but getting your own group, running yourself, is the ultimate goal. So you can use the boot camp, the June, July, the team boot camp that I've created. You can use that for as long as you desire, but the ultimate goal is that you go away and you start your own group and you build that group. Get coaches, build your team, build the group together, set it out in your mind the same way I did in April. And I was like, I just want this group to keep on growing. And we've more than doubled. Do that for yourself. If you start with 5, the next month, make it a goal that your guys are at 10. The next month, make it a goal that you're at 20. The next month, 30, right? Like constantly keep growing it. I personally think that it's a hell of a lot easier to just let the group continue rather than starting a new one every single time, but that's up to you. Okay, moving on from boot camps. So number 1, they need to be added and welcomed in. Number 2, get them set up on a program right away, non-negotiable. Your job as the coach, signing them up, whether you are brand new, started yesterday, or you've been a coach for a while, you need to know a suggested program for that person. If you do not have that answer, please tag me in a comment of theirs, their welcome post, and say, Ray, can you suggest them a program to do? The reason you tag me to do that is so that you can learn how to suggest based on what they say, what's a program, how do you do that process. You ask or tag me or your upline to help you for the purpose of learning so that you can do it the next time or a couple times after you've learned and you get the confidence, okay? Don't just shy away and take your foot off the pedal. You made that sale and you run away. Serve them. Make sure that they are set up with the right program. If you don't know, find the answers. With that, set them up on a meal plan or with a nutrition guidance immediately. In the boot camp, in the June boot camp, in the files section, all of the tools to go onto the container system is all there. Do your homework. Know those tools. If you don't understand them or you don't use them yourself actively, or you can't instruct a client on how to use them, get on Messenger, send me a personal message and ask me for that training so that you can learn how to do that. I expect that if I were to ask your clients, you have told them about some kind of meal plan. If you have not done that, that's your to-do list. That is your homework this entire week. And every day forward, when you get a new client, that's your responsibility. Welcome them in, get them onto a program, get them on a nutrition plan. Non-negotiable, okay? Now, some people, they don't want to use the containers. They don't want to use 2B mindset, and they might be even a little bit hesitant, or they follow their own. If they do intermittent fasting, or they do keto, or they do whatever thing, Weight Watchers, like I have clients that join and they're doing those things on their own. Get informed about what they're doing so that when you check in on them, you can ask them about that. They don't have to use the container system if they are already doing something. That's totally fine. But you need to know what they're doing. You need to know what they are doing so that you can ask them and check in on them. If they're not having success with Weight Watchers, every time that you check in, they keep saying, I'm not having results. That's where you put the coach hat on. You don't worry about their feelings. You are here to get them results. You put that coach hat on and you say, listen, I don't know if you're interested, but why don't you take a look at the container system? This is what's worked for me. Or look at 2B mindset. I think this would really work for you, but having a nutrition plan is 80% of your results. And if that's not working with what you're doing, maybe your body just needs a change up. Maybe your body needs to do something different, right? And really pull that tough love on them. Number 4, you must have a calendar or some kind of tracking to keep track of all of your clients and be consistently checking in on them multiple times a month. So you can choose to do weekly, you can do bi-weekly. I think you need to be doing it at least 2 times every single month. I have been doing it every 10 days. I have a calendar. Christine set it up for me. It's awesome. But I have a calendar and everybody is scheduled every 10 days. So every client that's within that boot camp that is my personal client, I check in with them and send them a message roughly every 10 days. This allows me enough time between the 2 check-ins to have a conversation, to check in with what they're doing, to get to know where they're at, as well as to give them that homework and let them go off and try it. The next time I check in, it's been enough time that they've either done it or not done it. But it hasn't been too long. I'm not doing just once a month that they've just forgotten about it. So I like 10 days, and I give and take that. If I'm having a conversation with somebody consistently where I checked in with them on that day that I'm supposed to, but then I've been having that conversation for 5, 6, 7 days, and it's now 3 days later. We just finished that talk, and 3 days later I'm supposed to check in with them again. I'll let it ride out until the next one. Feel that out, but you need to be checking in with your clients consistently. If you do not have a list, a running list of all of your clients somehow, some way. For me, when I first started, it was literally on a piece of paper. I had a notebook. It was just a regular notebook, and I had clients, and I had their month and when they joined, whatever, their name and their main goal. And every single month I checked in with them. It is your responsibility to check in with your clients. Again, this comes back to you got to live into the mentality or the vision of what we do. If you're going to run it the same, like using my tools, run it the way that I run it and have success with it. I personally believe that you are going to enjoy the process this much more because you are truly invested and you're not just in it for a sale, because none of us wants to be salespeople, right? None of us actually want to be salespeople. We're here to help people. So give them that consistent, lifelong check-in, okay? Now, when it comes to those like consistent 10-day check-ins, those are for clients that are in a boot camp. For people who have not, obviously I have, 200 people or whatever in the Facebook group. I have more than that on my client list. There isn't 200 of my own personal people within the boot camp. So those boot camp people, they tell me if they're in the boot camp, that tells me that they are interested in doing this for themselves consistently. If they are just in the Facebook group, I check in with them once a month. Okay, number 5, know their goals. What are they working on and what do they struggle with? If you need to take notes for each person, if you have a bad memory for each person, if you need to review through your conversation before you actually have that check-in, take those minutes and do that. But it is your responsibility as the coach who made money from their sale to know what their goals are and to know what they're working towards, what they're struggling with. All right? I promise you, you are going to get these people incredible results if you take the time to truly understand what their goals are, and these people will not slip through the cracks. One of the things that I take the greatest pride in is the longevity that I have, the retention rate that I have. People stay on with me as a coach and as a client for long periods of time. And it's because I know each person's goal. I know my clients. I know what their goals are. I know what their struggles are. I know what they want to work towards. And I hold them to that. Do the same, and I promise you, your clients you will gain their trust, you will gain their respect, and you will help them get results. This is a big one that I don't think is talked about in the Beachbody world enough. Build a relationship with your clients outside of the boot camp. So when you talk to your clients, get to know them as a person. It can be very easy and quick that in this virtual business, to be so removed from them as a person because we don't connect with them through like human to human interaction. It can be so easy that they just become another message, another check-in, another chore, another success club point. These are people. These are people with goals, with lives, and it is our job. I do not care what success club points you have if you can't tell me each and every one of their goals, each and every one of their struggles, each and every single person's something personal about their life. Why did they sign up? You can have 100 success club points, but if you can't tell me what those 50 lives are, what their names are, what their lives are, what their goals are, what you're going to help them do, I don't care. To me, I would rather you have Success Club 10 and you know every single thing about those 5 people and all 5 people get results than signing up 50 people and those 50 people fall off because you've let them fall through the cracks. Because who the hell can keep up with 50 clients, new clients every single month, right? I believe in human connection far more than hitting SC 100, okay? Get to know your people, get to know them outside, ask them questions. Just remember, they're a person. They are truly a person. They are a daughter. They are a wife. They are a mother. They're a student. They are a girlfriend. They are a friend. They are a person who wants to live a healthier, better life. And they said yes to you for a reason. Okay? Number 7, celebrate everything. There is literally nothing too small to celebrate. Recognize them, shout them out in the boot camp, send them a personal message, send them a little gift. $5 Amazon cards are awesome. Maybe a $5 Starbucks card. Like, do something just to, you guys remember, people like to be seen. People like to be seen. People like to be noticed. People like to feel like a person, like they are important. And we can do an incredible job on that. The best way that we can do that is celebrating them in some form. So I personally like to go through and I take little notes when I'm going through and checking in on boot camps. Every couple of days, I'll take a little note and I'll write something down that somebody maybe posted in a comment, and it wasn't even to me. You know, I'll shout out, and don't just shout out your personal clients. You can shout out your coach's clients. You can shout out my clients. You can shout out anybody. But that momentum of consistently recognizing other people within the group that you're in will create massive success. And number 8, know the products and the programs to recommend. Take and invest time into learning our Beachbody shop and what we have to offer. Get to know the programs, so take time and go through Beachbody On Demand. Look at what all of the programs are. If you are a coach, it is your job to do multiple programs, to not just consistently do the same program over and over, not just because you want to keep changing it up, but to know. I don't even care if you do the entire program. Ideally, that is better. It's better for your business. But even if you try a few workouts of every program so that you can then go and suggest it to people, that's investing into your business and investing into the success of your clients, okay? All right, that was a ton of information. I'm gonna stop the share. How was that? Is there any questions that I can offer? Does anybody have any, like, okay, here's where you lost me? Any extras that I didn't personally share in there? Lay it on me while you have it. This is such an important topic that I want to make sure that you are so clear on what you need to do to thoroughly serve your clients that you enroll. So if there is any questions, please, please, please ask. No questions. Excellent. You all know I love questions. I'm gonna start making it a rule that I'm just kidding. Totally kidding. Okay, so number 1, non-negotiable. You have a community and a boot camp that you are adding your people to. Welcome them into that. Number 2, you set them up with a program and a nutrition plan. Number 3, treat them like people. Please, 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 in the process of wanting to build your business, of wanting to make income, of wanting to progress, of wanting to hit Success Club, please do not forget that these are people. Think about what the change is that's going to impact their life. If you've never journaled on this, please do this tomorrow or tonight. Get out your journal and talk to your journal. Visualize what will the impact be on their lives, not just on yours, but on theirs. Journal on what they are going to change. That will put you in this state of, holy crap, I have the ability to completely transform this chick's life. I have the ability to transform this mom's life. I have the ability to transform this girl. I call them the Rays of the world, because there are so many Rays of the world. There are so many Taylors and Courtneys and Audras and Kaylins. There are so many of you out there. And if you can provide them with this solution, you guys, remember, it's not coaching. It's not coaching that truly gave you that first step. It's the programs, the accountability, the community, and your coach, right? I poured into you, believed in you. Imagine what that will do for the next person you do that for. You had somebody believe in you. That's all it was. You had somebody believe in you. You had somebody say, this is a workout program. Go and do it. They're going to get results no matter what program that they do. Truth be told, right? Our programs are incredible. They're gonna get results if they show up and do the freaking work on their nutrition. Non-negotiable. They need you to believe in them, to say, I see you. You are a person. You matter. Your results, your success, it matters to me. So make sure you journal on that. You journal on the impact that you are going to have, the change, the transformation that you are going to have on this next client that you sign up. And when you sign them up, promise me that you will know their goals, you will know their struggles, you will know who they are as a person. And we're going to start actually implementing something that I came up with this morning. Every time I post a leaderboard update and your name is on that board and you've got points on that board, we're going to start dropping in the comments a little like recognition of who those people are. Because I truly do not want us to get removed from the people that we are helping. We always say these are lives changed, but nobody knows who those lives are. So let's remind ourselves of that and never lose that connection. You guys are excellent. Thanks for sticking around for a long one. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Don't forget Thursday. Thursday will be on my IG. Save that. Do whatever you need to do. If you have questions, send them to me in a message. And if you have any like specific things that you need a deeper training on, please send me a message so that we can schedule a one-on-one call and I can walk you through that. All right? You guys are all awesome. Go pour into your people, love on your people, and I will talk to you guys and see you, well, I'll see you soon, but I'll definitely talk to you next Tuesday. Bye, guys.